I didn't manage to buy a ticket, so I had to drive my RV back to the city for work. But I never expected a severe cold front of -60 degrees to hit. Then my RV unexpectedly awakened a system. Lunar New Year was over just like that. My boss messaged everyone in the group chat requiring all staff to report to work right after the holiday. I couldn't get a ticket, so my dad just tossed me his RV keys.
Why bother trying to get a ticket? Just drive this vehicle back.
After retiring, he couldn't sit still, so he took a small truck and converted it into an RV where you can eat and sleep. The carriage is welded airtight. The body is covered with 3 layers of rock wool insulation. The roof is covered with solar panels. He also installed a diesel heater. Before I left, my mom stuffed the RV full of food.
If you get stuck in traffic on the highway, the stuff at the rest stops might be overpriced and low quality.
Back then I thought they were being fussy. I never imagined it would become my lifeline later. I had just driven into a highway rest stop, ready to take a break and grab a bite, when my phone dinged. It was Jenny the intern. She shared a file in the group chat. The team leader immediately tagged everyone. Everyone should learn from Jenny, not like some lazy veterans who disappear the moment the holiday starts. I opened the file and got really angry. It was a proposal I had worked on for 3 nights in a row before the holiday, but now it was presented as something she had worked hard on. Then tossed my phone onto the passenger seat. Let someone else take this lousy job. I decided not to rush back, but the moment I turned off the engine, my phone buzzed with an alert. A historic cold wave was rapidly moving south. I didn't think much of it at first, but after I finished my noodles at the rest stop and walked out, the sky instantly darkened. A light snow quickly turned into a heavy snow. I hurried back to my RV, locked the doors, and turned on the diesel heater. Outside the window, the heavy snow had turned into hail. My phone showed no signal. The digital screen of the onboard thermometer showed the temperature plummeting wildly, finally stopping at a terrifying -61 degrees. It was so cold I wrapped myself in a cotton quilt for warmth. Just then a ding sounded inside my head.
Detecting the host's strong will to survive. RV survival system activated. Beginner gift pack. Infinite supply cabinet has been granted.
As soon as the voice finished, a blue light flashed from the storage cabinet. The system prompted, items placed inside will be automatically refreshed to full status and doubled in quantity. I casually took what was in my hand and put it in, opened and closed it. Inside were now double the amount. My eyes lit up. I turned and stared at the pile of food my mom had given me in the corner of the carriage. What was originally just a few days' worth of supplies had now become an inexhaustible treasure, but it was still extremely cold. I quickly found an empty large water jug, brave led the bitter cold to get out, and siphoned half a jug of diesel from the fuel tank. Back in the RV, my hands and feet were numb from the cold, but my heart was burning. I stuffed that life-saving jug of diesel into the infinite supply cabinet, closed it and opened it to find 2 full large jugs of diesel. I let out a long sigh of relief. Originally, to save fuel, I only dared run the heater on low. Now with confidence, I didn't hesitate to crank the RV's electric heater to maximum. Warm air blew strongly, and the temperature inside the carriage slowly began to rise. I rubbed my hands together and looked back at the pile of food feeling completely at ease. That evening I ate hot dumplings and watched an old movie. I also studied the system. The interface was simple, an infinite supply cabinet and grayed out RV upgrades. All the icons under RV upgrades were gray. Thicker insulation bulletproof glass all-terrain tracks. Each required survival points. But where did points come from? The system didn't say. Was I just going to be trapped here? Just then I noticed something strange in the distance. I immediately put down my can of yellow peaches, grabbed my binoculars, and saw 2 trains parked side by side at the edge of my view. Most of their massive bodies were already buried in snow. Suddenly a carriage door was pushed open and a few figures tumbled out. I got very nervous, immediately turned off all lights, and even turned the heater down to minimum. My RV hadn't been upgraded, it was just a metal box. The people in the snow staggered forward aimlessly. One of them fell and glanced in my direction. The next second those figures immediately changed direction and charged straight at me. I was very tense. I rushed over to double check that the doors were locked. Soon frantic knocking started at the door. Is anyone in there? Please open the door. We're freezing to death. Amid the pleading, the electronic voice in my head chimed clearly.
Ding received 5 points of plea value from Tom. Points added 5.
Tom, wasn't that my direct boss? So making them feel strong emotions gave me points.